I'm going to be starting a new block today. This is going to be my last woodcut. So it's a 12 by 16. Not my last ever print, but my last woodcut for a while. I think I'm ready to work on linoleum soon. Just to change it up. I've been doing woodcut for the last couple years, and I think, I don't know, let's see what linoleum has to offer for a little while. Here's the digital design. I took that and I already transferred it to this block, so you can see I've been a little intimidated by clouds for some reason for prints, and I challenged myself to add some clouds into this design because I think I want to carve away more of the background, but I don't want all of this to just be like white space. I was driving to work a few days ago and I saw these really awesome clouds in the sky, so I took a picture, and that's where these clouds came from. This design is a couple of boulders in this area called the Buttermilks. It's near Bishop, California. It's Grandma and Grandpa Peabody boulders. They're pretty iconic for the area, but I took a photo of these boulders last time I was there, and I've been wanting to recarve. Well, I say recarve because I carved Peabody boulders print a few years ago in 2019. It was one of my first landscapes, and then afterwards I kind of messed up the block. I still have it, but I carved more of it and I didn't really like what I did to it, so I haven't printed it since, but a lot of people have seen it. I don't know how. It's like way back, like way deep on my Instagram. I might have it somewhere on my, I don't think I have it on my website, but people either saw it in a show years and years ago, or they just scrolled that far back on my Instagram, which is pretty awesome. And so I'll get comments or messages, or people come up to me that know me and like, hey, do you have another one of those, or are you gonna reprint it, or can you make one for me? So this is for all of you. Your requests do get answered, not in the most timely fashion. This is a bigger block than the first one. This is 12 by 16 and the first one was 8 by 10. I don't know, I wanted to get more detail in it. The first block was also woodcut, and I remember it was one of the first times I used this type of wood, or these wood blocks from McLean's, and I think it was I had a harder time with wood switching from linoleum. So I'm interested to see how this design turns out. You know what, I think I'm gonna dig up, I still have one print of this because I always keep one of each of my prints, but I think I'm gonna dig that up and show y'all before I get started. No, I'll show you that original print at the end once I have this print done, and we can do a side by side. Here it is. What do you think? I finished printing buttermilks and I'm happy with how it came out. I think I'm getting good at knowing when to like print, like stop carving, print, make sure I don't carve too much, and then being happy with it at that stage, but also having ideas for like, oh, you know what? I want to see how it looks when I carve this and get it to that finalized stage. I'm starting to see ways where I can like continually improve upon my blocks. I dug out my old buttermilks block, and this is the one that I did in 2019. I think it was either my first or second landscape I ever carved, and this is the block after I had carved this, and then like a couple years later I carved it some more because I thought I wanted to just change it and see what it would look like, and then I did a couple test prints by hand. I was really unhappy with it because I feel like it lost some of those qualities that I really liked before. I'll show a side-by-side of my new print and my old prints. So I have a picture of the original. I still have one of my original prints. I learned a lot with that landscape. Particularly, I remember feeling like I have no idea what to do with the sky. And it was one of my first times working with a wood block. I felt a little lost, and looking back on the print, I can see those points where I was lost. However, I think it came out really, really well. And I actually didn't look at this old print or my old block before carving and printing my new block. I was kind of surprised at how similar the two like compositions looked, because I sort of remembered my original composition and I did want it to be very close to that. And I thought I got it like spot on. I thought I remembered the boulders being like way bigger in my old one. With this one, I really wanted to emphasize the giant boulders and try to get as much texture and line work on these as I possibly could, which I think I achieved that. I remember saying at the beginning of this video that I wanted to challenge myself to do clouds, and I think I did a good job on the clouds. I'm super happy with the clouds. They turned out way better than I was anticipating. They look like fluffy clouds. They were a lot of fun to carve, actually. Once I did them, I was like, dang, I should have just made myself do this years ago, because I like how they add to the composition in the sky and everything. Oh, let me show So I do show the side by side of so these two, the two old ones, like this is hand printed, that's why it's like really fuzzy. I was just doing a test print. I think I even wrote test print on it. I did like 2 test prints and then I was like, you know what? I never want to see this block again. I don't know why I do that. I get these weird aversions to my own art sometimes, but then when I don't look at it for years, it's been like 4 years since I've seen this one, and looking back I'm like, you know what? I was being too hard on myself. I just want to be my best. There's so much background noise. You hear a cat, you hear a rooster. So we've reached the end of the video, and I just want to thank you so much for watching. It blows my mind that people not only want to like look at my art and they like it, but they also enjoy watching my art process. So thank you for being here. Not that many people make it to the end of the video, so if you made it to the end, leave me a comment about what your favorite candy is, or a comment about anything else. Also, I want to mention I have an online shop. All of my art's on there, so if you liked this piece or any of my art that you've seen in previous videos, if I have any left, then it is listed on my shop. If you want to support this channel further, check out my shop. I guess that's it, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.